Welcome to the Calculus, a collection of micro lectures, video lessons, and sample exercises. Let's illustrate the substitution rule for antidifferentiation of composite functions. Before we start, I would like to say something here that substitution rule is not solely for the identification of the antiderivative of composite functions. We can even use this in specific situations where substitution rule is applicable. But in the context of composite functions, we started with the chain rule, and if you think the chain rule is actually a little bit complicated, you can actually use the substitution rule. Let's not forget that the chain rule, okay, I'm just going to have a short review. The chain rule tells us that if we have the integral of a certain function which is a composite function of f and g, noting that we need to identify the g prime of x, or the derivative of the g function, in order for us to solve for its antiderivative, we need to look for this carefully. This is equal to the antiderivative of your outer function f plus c. That's our chain rule. We used this for the previous two examples, and we also have illustration for this. Now, let's have distinction with the substitution rule. Okay. Substitution rule is actually used when our functions are a little bit complicated, okay, but still in the composite function. Let's say you have still f of g of x. Okay. So what we need to do for substitution rule, and we also have some examples for this later on, is that the first one, we let, okay, u be equal to our g of x. Okay, so if we are going to let u be equal to our g of x, our function later on may be described as f of u now. Okay, this means that our functions will no longer be expressed as x, nor a function of the other, but it will be described as a function of u. Okay, so with that in mind, the integral here of f of g of x would then be equivalent to f of u, whatever that function would be. Okay, and take note that we still need to find g prime of x for our chain rule, but using this substitution rule, we can now solve for, okay, derivative of u. Okay, that derivative of u would then be equivalent, when we take that derivative of u for this one here, it would be g prime of x derivative of x. This would stand for, not for g prime of x, but this entire expression here. So instead of having this a little bit complicated form, we will have here f of u times du. Okay, so this becomes a simpler example, a simpler form of a function where we are going to derive or find the antiderivative, integrate this internal function, depending on what type of function f of u is. F of u may become u to the power of n. F of u might become, let's say, e to the power of n, or sorry, e to the power of u. Okay, it might become a sine function to the power of u, which is a little bit simpler than having this u as another function, let's say x plus 3. So x plus 3 to the power of n, e to the power of x plus 3, sine of x plus 3. So it's a little bit simpler for that. Now let's not forget that if once we are deriving this, okay, so we will have a function of f of u plus c. Okay, but it's very important to note that the final result here would still return u to equal to g prime g of x. So whatever will be your function for your step here, so let's denote this carefully. Sorry for this. This might be our third step, because once we have completed the u and du, we can now return to this function. Instead of the chain rule, we'll have that, and our final answer would be this. Returning to that, we'll have another form. Okay, so basically the substitution rule allows us to use a certain variable for our g of x, or the function, being as a composition of another function. Okay, and then identify its derivative once we complete our du, which again stands for this, because in chain rule we need to look for this alone, but for our substitution rule we are going to look into that as a whole here. Okay, so once we have this result, return our u to g of x, whatever our f of u would contain our u, and that will be the result. We will have an example for this. By the way, a lot of examples for substitution rule, which are the same examples for the chain rule we had previously. And we're going to compare the results. You can look for those two videos that will be providing you with specific situation using chain rule and substitution rule, and you can guarantee that we will have the same result. Again, as mentioned, substitution rule is not solely for composite functions, but using this rule for composite functions would make our solution easier and simpler. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe now!